Welcome back to Revit Basics. So today we will be discussing roofs, okay, and what they entail. So for roofs, let's get started. So I currently don't have a building. I'm just going to draw one in real quick, just a simple little square, and yeah, off to the side I want to do something a little bit different. I'm going to add a wall like that. Just going to cut that there and there, trim it off. Okay. Actually, I want to move this out a little bit further. That one a little bit further. That side. I'm actually going to grab this whole thing and just move it over. Okay. So, if we go to architecture, yeah, you can see roof. If you just click on it, now if I am on the lowest level within my project, so I'm on level 0, which you can see here under my properties, my project browser. I'm on level 0, so it is the lowest level within my project. If you are and you click on roof, it'll pop up with this little lowest level notice. It'll ask you on what level would you like to place your roof. Now it'll generally pick one level up. Okay, so one level up is level 1, so yes, that is fine. I'm going to say yes. Okay, now I'm going to click this little rectangle tool so I can easily draw on this one. I'm going to use the outside of my walls. Okay, and where's the overhang? There's an overhang button. Offset, there we go. So the offset, I want to set my offset to 600, which is a very general industry standard to some degree. There we go. I'm going to just put that there. Now, you see these little triangles. These triangles indicate that that line will have a pitch. Okay, so it will have a slope. It will have an angle to it. Okay, now I can turn that on and off. So if I select them, here on the top it says define slope. I can tick that and it'll turn off the slope. I can also turn that on and off here in my properties panel. Okay, so if I say finalize, I'm going to say don't attach, go to 3D. Oop, my walls are like super tall. There we go. Now this is for one, this is a very fat roof, so I'm just going to change the roof type to something a bit skinnier. There we go. So this is my roof, okay, because we made it that all 4 of those boundary lines have a slope. Okay, now I would like to change that, so I'm going to click on my roof, go to level 0, say edit footprint, and I'm going to change this front and back. I want to remove the slope, and I think the slope is a little bit aggressive. It is at 30 degrees, which you can see here, or if you click on the line, you can then change it. Okay, so you can change individual lines, you can change their slopes individually, or you can change them all at once somewhere here in the properties panel. So I'm going to change that to 25. I'm going to say OK, go to 3D. That's what that would look like. But you see there's this ugly gap between my roof and my walls. If you select your walls, so what I did is if you use your tab button, you can cycle in between the different options of elements you could select. So generally, if you hover over something, you click tab once, it'll select the entire string. Now you'll see we have our walls selected. There's an option here that says attach top/base. We want to click on that, and I want to click on my roof, and then it'll attach to the roof. Okay. Something else I want to show you is how you can make this roof look. Okay, you can make it look quite interesting. So I'm going to go to roof again. Yes, I'll place on level 1. Now I'm just going to use the line tool, and I'll put my offset at 600 again. Now we can just draw it all the way around. Okay, keep going. Okay, now we need to just trim off these ends. So if I were to just say finalize, I go to 3D, so I change that to a skinnier roof. That's what that roof would look like. Okay, quite an interesting roof. You could achieve this look in other ways as well. So first off, let's just make this look a little bit better. I want to turn off the slopes for those, and there we go. So okay. So I want to create this effect, but I want to have these be 3 different roofs. Okay, you can achieve that quite easily. So first off, I want to say edit footprint, and I want to delete this roof. Okay, so now it looks like this, and just change the slope to 25. There we go, lovely. So now I can click on it. I'm going to go to level 0. I'm going to say create similar. That is CS on your keyboard. I'm going to say OK. Now I'm going to draw this again. 600. There we go. Turn off those slopes. Make my roof pitch 25 degrees. So OK. So now we have these 2. Now I'm going to go select one, go back to ground floor. We'll go create similar, say yes. And now I'm going to create another roof there as well. The offset. Almost forgot about the offset. There we go. We'll do that, and I want to turn off that slope and that slope. There we go. And I'll make my slope 25 degrees. I'm going to say OK. So now in 3D, you can now make your walls, you can now make your roof join. Okay, so I can join my roof. What's it now? There to there. There we go. So if I hide this, so what you want to do is you want to select this line and then select the relevant face. Okay, so I'm going to select my roof. I'm going to say there, join or unjoin. Then watch, I select that edge and then I select this face. Okay, so if I were to hide these, which is HH, temporary hide, that's what that little roof looks like, and HR is to unhide. Now I can go and select all my walls, attach to top. It's going to throw a warning because there are a few elements that that roof does not cover. I'm going to say OK. They've still selected, so I'm going to attach to this one. It's going to give me a warning again, and I want to attach to this roof and say OK. There we go. What you always can do is this roof technically goes underneath, so you could go edit footprint and use the pick line tool, and you could pick that edge and that edge and remove the slope, and you could then slice that line and just trim it off. You can say OK. Oops. You need to remember is just to move that down a tad. So, okay, a little bit more I see. Easy to do this in ground floor. Okay, there we go. So now it'll appear a lot nicer. You can move it up. I can see mine can move up a little bit more. Okay. So that is roofs. You could also you can also make your roof by an extrusion. So actually, we're not done. I've got more to show you. I'm going to delete this roof for the time being. And I'm going to go back to architecture, to roof. No man. Cancel. To roof. But I'm going to hit the drop down. I can say roof by extrusion. Now it's going to ask me for a reference plane. I want to pick a plane. I'm going to pick this wall. And this is going to be on level 1. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to do this in 3D. Now, what does make this fun is you can create quite a funky looking roof. Okay, I'm going to say okay. There we go. That's my roof. Now I can click on it. I'm going to go above. I'm just going to extend it out a little bit further. And I'm going to select that, attach to base. There we go. So if I were to hide this roof, that's what my wall looks like. Okay. Also some other things under this drop down, you have fascias, gutters and soffits. So I'm going to show you how fascias and gutters work. So if you click on fascia, you can click on the edge of your roof. And it will add a fascia to your roof. Oops. Add your fascias. There we go. Now I've added a fascia to my roof. Now after you've added your fascia, you could add your gutter. So I'm going to add my gutters. There's a gutter. Okay, these roofs are too close to one another, but anyway. There we go. There are our gutters. And then if you want an end cap, you can just model in place and model in an end cap. Okay, so the reason why someone would do that is in section, it does look very, very nice. So you have your fascia and your gutter. Okay, now I'm done. Remember, you can also add skylights. So if you go to window, do we have them loaded in? No. So you can go to insert, load Autodesk family. You can search for skylight. There's nothing under this one. This is United Kingdom, so I'm going to go to United States metric. Go for skylight. There we go. I'm going to pick this bubble. Go OK. So now if I go to architecture, I go to window, I have my skylights, and there we go, that's okay, unjoin. My roof's just very small. Actually create similar and pop one on a few on this roof. Oop, it refuses to place it on a round surface. But there is our skylight. Okay. Now I'm done.